Guys, I'm not kidding when I say this. This new Hunter Arc Melee build is insane. I'm just gonna say it. Melt enemies and bosses with a single punch to the face. If this isn't good enough, you'll have infinite melee abilities, dodges, quicker super regen, generate orbs for your allies, all whilst getting your health back instantly after every single melee hit. And yes, hit, not kill. So guys, I'm Divide here with your 19th class build in Destiny 2 Season 13, I think. I'll check the playlist later. So hit that subscribe and drop a rating to keep up to date with all these insane builds. But now, let's start. Now this build works with actually many different exotics, but I've picked out two good options here which we'll get to shortly. But the way you'll be using this build is to continuously kill enemies with one big powerful melee attack and then dodge right after, then use your melee again and just keep repeating the process. If you're charged with light, you'll also be making orbs for your allies on those melee kills, and regardless you'll be getting your health back after every single kill and hit, so you can pretty much just run around punching enemies in the face non-stop, and it really doesn't matter what enemy they are, they're gonna die either instantly or in a few hits. Just don't try this on a Grandmaster Nightfall boss because it's not that powerful, but it's reasonably strong and fun to use. So yeah, let's just get straight into the setup. And here with the loadout, you can use whatever you want as we're pretty flexible with this build, but I'd recommend an SMG and shotgun as we're a close range melee build, and if you have a 1-2 punch shotgun, that will make this build even more powerful, so I'd recommend using that if you have a weapon with that perk. But for the subclass, we are a top tree Arcstrider, Way of the Warrior, with combination blow where kills with this melee ability trigger health regeneration and increase your melee damage temporarily, stacking up to 3 times, which also comes with combat flow where melee kills recharge your dodge ability, but we're using Gambler's dodge which will recharge our melee ability, which then recharges our dodge, and it's just a continuous loop, so we'll get unlimited and infinite arc abilities with that. But we also have deadly reach for increased melee range. Now for our armor mods in the helmet, we're using dynamo twice to reduce our super cooldown when using our class near enemies, which we'll be doing at least once every second, so probably the best mod for this build, but you could also use hands-on as well because you'll also be getting melee kills every second. Now for the gauntlets, we are using Elias Handshake exotic armor here, and this used to be completely broke and even more OP back in the day, but it's still pretty good now if you want to play with an arc build, as this will give us a powerful, extremely powerful melee counterpunch that also heals us regardless of getting the final blow kill or not when we use our melee ability, which we will have all the time. And for the mods, we are using the Striking Light Charge of Light mod, where defeating combatants with melee damage spawns an orb. Definitely good to help support our allies, but for the chest we're using Taking Charge to become Charge of Light when picking up orbs of power, which will make using Masterwork weapons and Concussive Dampener and melee damage resistant as we are a close range build. But for the legs, we have stacks on stacks to gain 2 stacks every 1 orb pickup. And not just that, if your allies are making orbs, all you need to do is pick up the orbs whilst you're punching ads, and then you'll pretty much just give them an orb back when you get a melee kill. But finally for the class, we're using Powerful Friends because you want to try and get them ability to max, as we want to be quick running around and feeling like a god, just instantly killing all ads in our range. You could also use Volatile Conduction, definitely a good mod here to increase your super damage, but that is really all you need for this build to work. And if you don't want to use Elias Handshake, another good exotic to use is the Assassin's Cowl exotic helmet, which will grant invisibility and health after each kill, and you can get both exotics from Zer on Fridays if he has it on sale, or from the Random World exotic engram. There are a lot of other exotics you can combine this build with, but Elias Handshake is what I thought was the best option to go with here to maximize your melee DPS. Just a fun little build for those who want to use the top tree Arcstrider on a hunter, as for me I never really used it much, but now using this build kind of gives you a reason to, and I have to say as well, it's actually kind of fun. But I wouldn't take this build into advanced harder endgame activities. This is mostly just a fun one to play around with in low to mid tier activities, and it's something to use if you want to change things up a little. But that is all for this one. Next you should check out my other class builds. I have a ton in the playlist link below, so check out that if you want to. Otherwise, give this build a try and let me know what you think, or what builds you want me to cover next. But for now, don't forget to hit that subscribe, drop a rating and share to show your awesome support, and I'll see you on Thursday for the next build video.